Could very well do that. I hope this thing has been. Oh, can't hear. Oh, I see it now. I see it now. Like the mic wasn't on. All right, we'll start over. We'll start over. We got more people coming in. I see y'all now. All of y'all saying it. I see it. Should be good now. Y'all let me know. Let me know. Should be good now. I didn't even realize I didn't even have the mic on. That's crazy. All right. Bit. All right. Welcome to the free Sunday watch list. As I was saying before, I didn't realize it wasn't on. Make sure that you guys send this to at least one person. All right. Send it to at least one person. So we'll be able to have everyone be able to make some money this week. This week is going to be a day trading week. Okay, so day trading a lot this week because we have earnings. All right, if you don't know what earnings is, every quarter companies have to report to their investors and to the public how they've done for the quarter. So you know what their profit loss is, where their expenses have came, and what they expect going forward. So earnings are important for a stock because, and it's important for us as traders to know when the earnings are, because sometimes they can make a big move on a stock. So it's some stocks that make a 5-10% move in either direction because of the earnings report. Okay, now some people like to play earnings. I'm not the type to play earnings. I don't like to play earnings. I've never been good at it. I don't know. I've never been good at playing earnings, so I haven't played earnings knowingly in years. Okay, so I hate playing earnings because it can really go either way. A company can have a bad report and go up, and they can have a good report and go down. Right? For instance, Tesla had a bad earnings report, and Tesla is almost at $300 again. Okay, so don't gamble on earnings. I don't think it's worth it in my opinion. All right. So this week we're gonna do a lot of day trading. I'm gonna read off some of the companies that have earnings because we got some heavy hitters this week. So on Monday, tomorrow before open, we have Domino's. Okay, let me see what else we have on Monday. Waste Management, we have after close. Okay. On Tuesday, you have SoFi. So SoFi, a lot of you are in SoFi. They have earnings on Tuesday before market open. PayPal, UPS, Royal Caribbean, Coca-Cola, Spotify. Let's see, Starbucks, Snapchat, First Solar. All those companies will be on Tuesday. All right. So coming here on Wednesday, let's see what we have. We got a lot of heavy hitters on Wednesday. You got Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, Caterpillar, Qualcomm. Okay, so Wednesday is going to be a crazy day. The market could actually probably make a nice move either direction Wednesday. On Thursday, you have Eli Lilly, you have Roblox, have CVS, McDonald's, MasterCard, you have Apple, Amazon, Riot, Airbnb, Roku, Moderna. Okay, then Friday, a little bit lighter on Friday. You got Fubo, you have Exxon, Chevron. Yeah, those are the main ones. So you got a lot of heavy hitters this week as far as earnings. Okay, so my thing this week is going to be day trading because you don't want to be caught in a swing. Let's say if Apple has, and God forbid, Apple has a bad report and say that the profit dropped 30% on the quarter over year or for year over year. That is going to make Apple fall a lot. You got to realize Apple is heavily weighted in SPY and QQQ, so that would make SPY and QQQ fall quite a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of day trading this week. As always, guys, if you guys would be watching this on YouTube, make sure that you guys leave a like, leave a comment, let me know if this is helpful. Share this with one person. If you watch this on the Instagram, which I will post this on Instagram as well, make sure that you just leave a like, comment, and share this. Okay, what I like to do for the Sunday watch list, I like to go through this with you guys every Sunday. I teach you guys exactly how I look for stocks. All right, so I haven't even looked at the charts yet this evening. I haven't looked at them this evening. Okay, so we're gonna look at the charts together this evening. So I'm gonna show you guys step by step exactly how I look for this stuff. All right, so if this is helpful, guys, make sure that you let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do. All right, I always start with SPY. Okay, and I'm about to start recording it here for the Instagram. All right, so this is the free Sunday watch list. We starting from the beginning here. Okay, always, always, always start with SPY. All right, so SPY is the S&P 500. It's important to know what this is doing at all times and see what you expect it to do, simply because this will give you your bias. All right, so if you think SPY is going to be bullish and QQQ is going to be bullish, then you want to look for bullish plays. If you think SPY and QQQ are going to be bearish based off the chart, you want to look for bearish plays. All right, you want to play on the side of the market. All right, so as we look at SPY here, I always like to start off on my larger time frame, and a lot of times you don't even have to go down anymore. All right, so what I'm seeing here with SPY, notice that we had this crazy drop. We had a lot of consolidation, kind of a fake out to the downside there, fake out to the downside there, and now we are trying to make our way back up. What I will tell you guys is we do have two gaps. Okay, so we have one gap right here. This is a bullish type of gap. Okay, so we do have a gap right here to fill on SPY. If I can show it to you, we do have a gap to fill on SPY that goes up to around close to 555. Okay, so you do have a nice bullish gap on SPY. We also do have a bearish one down here, but I'm not sure if we'll get back down there right now. Okay, as of right now, I'm looking more so on SPY to fill this gap. Now it's going to be interesting to see what we do when we get there, because if you take a look here, take a look right here where my line is. This is area is acting like as a key level for SPY, right? Also acts as such as a key level for SPY. Notice how we had back here in August and September of 2024, this acted as a key level. So it was a support around here, resistance around here, resistance around here, support here, and support again. Okay, and now we're going to see what it's going to do. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do after we fill this gap. Now, best case scenario right here, and this is what you would want if you want the market to be bullish. Best case scenario is we come back and fill this gap. We come down a little bit to retest, some of these levels, probably around 540, 542 up in that area, and then we go higher. Okay, that's best case scenario. So I wouldn't be scared on a pullback at all. I would look for this gap to possibly fill, and then us to get a pullback to see if we can, continue upward. If we just completely reject from here, we'll have to reevaluate and start to, kind of start looking at a downside at the moment. But as of right now, I think that we are bullish. I don't know where the market is currently in the pre-market right now, so I'll make sure I take a look at that before we hop off. Okay, so also take a look at QQQ. QQQ and SPY will always kind of look very, very similar. So it kind of looks the same here. QQQ doesn't have a gap to fill at the moment, but you can see that it is looking like it might have closed right at a key level, right? So look at this 572 level that I made right here. Look at all these touches right here. All those touches. Tried to make it a support, tried to make it, then it turned into a resistance. So, QQQ and SPY is in the same predicament. Okay, so I would love to see maybe us push up a little bit and then come down and form a pullback. All right, so my thesis on the market right now is bullish, but I would day trade. I'm bullish, but I would day trade. Okay, so now that we have our bias for the week, my bias for the week right now is bullish. I am going to be looking for plays that I think can continue to be bullish. All right, so let's see what we got. PLTR. PLTR is a play that we actually banked on. I called PLTR on what day was that? Had to be Wednesday. Wednesday that I called POTR. Okay, so I banked on POTR this week. We also banked on Tesla and SPY, so had a lot of decent plays. But what I saw here for the POTR this week when we banked on it, see POTR had this key level right around 98.5, right? See, we had a key level right around there. So really, at this point, all you need to do is break above it. So it broke above, and that was really all she wrote. At this point right now, I'm not gonna lie to you, POTR should still be on your radar. POTR is still gonna be on my radar for day trading, because at this point, you don't really, maybe 116 as a level, but other than 116, you're gonna be back at the all-time high. So PLTR has been one of the strongest stocks on the market, period. Even throughout the market crash. So I would just continue to watch PLTR for possible higher highs. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would continue to watch PLTR. You have to check the price action on it, of course, and maybe we can get some type of cool off. It has been running a little bit, so I would love to see something similar to what we saw here. See how we had a pop, but we sold off right here, and look what it made. It made like a bull flag type pattern. So I would kind of love to see that again. Maybe if we can push up and form some type of flag, that way we can have a little bit better entry. So I like POTR. I like POTR. Wouldn't be my main watch, but definitely would be something that I'm gonna keep an eye on just for looking at higher highs. It's been strong, so let's keep it on watch. Nvidia is one that, I mean, in my opinion, I just been trying to get shares of this Nvidia, NVDL, things like that. And you guys see just how fast opportunities kind of fade. We take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia just came down to 86, 87. Right? Nvidia is already back at 111. So the discount that you had has evaporated. Right? So not saying that it's still not a discount at this point, because it's still, a little bit off of the highs, but definitely the market drops don't last long, y'all. That's what you have to understand. That's why you have to buy on dips for good companies, because the dips just don't last very long. I don't really see a setup on Nvidia. I don't really see a setup, so probably wouldn't be something that I watch. It may have to, be something later or something. Apple. This is interesting. So this chart is ugly. But it is something that I do like about this. And I'm going to show you guys right here. I do like Apple a little bit. What I'm seeing here is that we do have a gap. Okay? We do have a gap right here on Apple that goes from right here, right around 212.75, and of course I could be a little off, but around 212.75 to 221.24. So guys, this is what makes a good day trade. Okay, you have to ask yourself, is there a setup? Is there a pattern? Pretty much, is there a pattern, and or are we close to any levels? Okay, is there a setup or pattern? Are we close to any levels? How far can it go? You got to ask those three questions, all right? And one of the most important ones, I think the most important one, is how far can it go? Okay, because as option traders, we're betting on the stock to go up, or we're betting on it to go down. What makes us lose money, especially if you're day trading, is the stock going sideways, especially if you're day trading those weekly options. The closer and closer that you get to Friday, the higher that the theta kicks in, okay? So put this word as a, this is a homework for you. Homework for you this week is going to be researching what is delta and what is theta in your option contracts, okay? That's homework for you this week. Research what is delta and what is theta in option contracts, and how does that affect you, all right? So I want you guys to do that for your homework, okay? So how far can it go, all right? What point are we looking to get in, and how far can it go? So I would possibly look to get in above 212.76. Okay, this is where the gap starts again, and then you have almost $9 worth of gap. So you have to ask yourself this right here: is $9 enough for me to make money on Apple? I want you guys to let me know that. Let me know, is $9 enough for you to make money on Apple? Let me know if $9 is enough for you to make money on Apple. Not saying that it's going to go up $9 in a day, okay? But the possible move is a $9 move. So you have to ask yourself, that is where the key level that you're looking to get in versus where we look for it to possibly stall out again is a almost $9 move. So is $9 enough for you to make money on Apple? And I hope everyone is saying yes, because that is more than enough to make money on Apple. Okay, so this is actually something that I'm going to be watching this week. I'm going to be watching Apple, but I'm only going to look to enter if we start to get above that 212.76. Okay, now also keep in mind Apple has earnings this week. So with Apple having earnings, what else can you expect? All right, so I'm gonna teach you guys a lot of stuff this week, man. People ain't gonna tell you this, bro, but look, when a stock has earnings, the contracts are going to be more expensive. So if you guys were to look at Apple's contracts tomorrow and Tuesday, you will notice that the contracts are more expensive than they usually are. And the reason for that is because people are expecting Apple to make a move because they have earnings. Notice how much the contracts are going to cost right now versus what they're going to cost after earnings. I want you guys to pay attention to that. Pay attention to what the Apple contracts cost right now versus how much they're going to cost after earnings. They're going to be a lot cheaper after earnings because before earnings, you have a lot of people getting into the contract, so you have a lot of volume flooding into the contracts, and you have the implied volatility that raises because they expect a move on earnings. Okay, so make sure you guys watch out for that. All right, let's see what else we got here. As always, once again, do a little reset here. If you guys are watching this on the YouTube, make sure you guys leave a like and leave a comment, and make sure you guys subscribe and send this to one person. You're watching this on the Instagram, make sure you guys leave a like and share this for me, please. All right, you guys can follow the links in the description. I have my Instagram in the description. I have over 700 informational, educational posts about trading. All right, make sure you guys do that. All right, so we're going through all of the stocks here to kind of look at what we like. All right, and we have hit the jackpot right here. Okay, man, I'm not gonna lie, we destroyed Tesla on Friday. We destroyed Tesla on Friday, right? And I'm kicking myself right now because I kind of just took my money and ran a little bit on Tesla. I'm hit like 60%, over 60% actually, on Tesla on Friday. But that option contract easily turned into over 800-900% if I would have held. But hindsight is always 20/20. 60% is nothing to turn your nose at, because go to the bank and ask the bank for 60% return in 10 minutes and watch how they laugh at you. They'll probably close out your account. Alright, so Tesla, watch out for Tesla this week, and we're just looking for higher highs again. You are about to run into some headwinds up here that I can see. Watch out for this little area right here though. Looks like you could possibly get some rejections up in here. Looks like up to 291. So really, I think Tesla still looks good. Especially if Tesla can start to get above this little trash right here, above 291. I think Tesla can continue to push. And if it starts to break out again, oh man, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out if it starts to break above here, because at this point you just got this little sell-off that we had on Tesla, that goes back up to 350. I'm not saying it's gonna go straight there, but I am telling you that when Tesla gets going, it's going. Alright? When Tesla gets going, it's going. And that's what I'm gonna warn you. Okay? So I am in shares of Tesla. I've been holding Tesla shares for over a year at this point. So I bought Tesla up in here. Right? I bought it all up in here. So this little dip gave me opportunity to buy a little bit more Tesla to add to it. So I like Tesla this week. I like Tesla can move so much. And they already got their earnings out of the way. So watch Tesla this week, especially if it starts to break above that 291.5, 292 area. I'll be watching that. The Dow, I don't really like that. Amazon, I don't like. Google, I don't really like that either. I'm not interested in Meta. I'm not interested in Snow. Microsoft, MU, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 93K. Coinbase. I miss Coinbase, man. I had Coinbase plotted out and I still missed it. It's like an inverse head and shoulders right here. I missed that entire move, man. I'm sick with that one. Anything else that I really like? I don't think so. I'm about to have to start going through some stocks I don't usually look at. Okay, yeah, that was all the stocks on my list. So I'm gonna go through some stocks here, and you guys drop any questions that you have. Drop any questions that you have regarding earnings or any type of trading questions. Make sure you guys drop it right here, and I'll answer it for you. Let me think of some stocks here. Let's look at some bank stocks. JPM. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Goldman Sachs. I'm not seeing a whole lot on that one either. Let's see what UNH look like. UNH had got beaten up. Let me throw back on my RSI. UNH could possibly. Let's see where they're falling to. So UNH is at levels that it hasn't. Dang. UNH is at 2021 levels. So what they did looked like they basically just filled an old gap that they never filled. Huh. They say gaps always get filled, man. That's what they say. I don't love it yet. I don't love it yet, but that's one that has been beat up. I don't love it yet. Kava. Let's see what Kava looks like. This is another one that I've kind of been waiting on for a while, right? So Kava has a lot of consolidation. This is a stock that I'm looking to play as well. I don't know when this is gonna pop off. I'm just ready for it whenever it does. Kava, okay? So Kava has a lot of consolidation right here. All right. So when stocks are consolidating, what that tells you is that when the consolidation pops, all right, whether it's the upside or downside, there's going to be a nice move. Okay. So if we can get Kava to break above the top range, I fully expect Kava to take off. Okay. So the top range right here, see, we got a little range that goes from, and I really can't adjust it. This must be a support. Yeah, this is a different support right here. The range is about 71 to 93, so a crazy range. But if it breaks 93.75, I think Kava is gonna go. All right, so it's at 90.8 right now. If this breaks 93.75, I am going to be looking at Kava calls. Okay, I like Kava above 93.75. Okay, I like it. GLD, let's take a look at that because GLD has been going crazy. Let's see if it's trying to set up anything right here. I already kind of see a little pattern, in my opinion. Maybe, we'll see. Anybody know what this is called right here? Dang, is that really a, yeah. Anybody know what this pattern is called? This is one of my favorite chart patterns right here. Anybody know what this is called? I've made a lot of money off of this one chart pattern. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what it means, so I can see anybody can guess the name of this chart pattern. Yep, that's right. This is called the bull flag chart pattern, okay? So what does this chart pattern tell you? A bull flag tells you that a stock is more than likely to continue in the direction from which it came, okay? So if you see here on gold, GLD, we had a insane up move, okay? We had an absolutely crazy up move, all right? So what you would kind of be looking for is for us to start breaking out again. If we start to break out again, according to the chart, we can fly, all right? According to the chart, we can absolutely fly. Now with gold going up, usually it means the market will come down, but we'll have to see. We'll see. But GLD definitely has a 4-hour bull flag. Not something I would just keep on my top watch, but something to just kind of keep in mind. All right, keep that in mind. Say Spotify and Hood. Yep, they both have earnings this week. Let's see what their charts look like. Spotify almost back at the highs again. Okay, cool. Hood. See, I was charting out Hood too. I ain't even noticed that they broke that level on Friday. So Hood looks decent as well, in my opinion. This could be a nice little day trade. You might have to watch for some rejections up in here, but definitely if it holds this 49 area, yeah, Hood could be good. And we could be good in the Hood, y'all. Hold on. This could be a good day trade. I'll keep this on watch. I'll say probably my top 3 stocks to watch this week. Definitely probably going to be Tesla. We're going to watch out for Tesla. We're going to watch out for Apple possibly. We'll see if it gets there because they have earnings. And I really like Hood. I do like Hood. This one's trying to break some levels here. Let's see if they continue the strength, okay? So I really like Tesla. If I had to rank them, number 1 would be PLTR. PLTR is my favorite stock to watch this week for upside, just because it's been so strong. So number 1, PLTR. Number 2, Tesla. Number 3, Hood. Number 4, Apple. All right, that's 4 stocks that I'm going to be watching this week. All right, number 1, PLTR. Number 2, Tesla. Number 3, Hood. Number 4, Apple. Those are my 4 favorite stocks this week. I think these stocks can possibly have a good up move. You just got to watch out for how they do with earnings. So I think that's what I'm going to be watching this week. And of course, you know, always SPY is always on watch. The recipe has been simple, man. The recipe has been take your money and go. All right, take your money and go, because we are still not out of the water with all this Trump and China news and all of that stuff. So look, get your money and get out of there. I'm warning y'all. All right, this ain't the time right now to be trying to hold everything and be a hero, right? If you get the home run, you get the home run, but don't try to be a hero right now. I'm warning you. Okay, so let's see what Nike looks like here. Okay, Nike ain't doing much. DAL, PDD. Look at Baba. Okay. Yeah, so that's my 4 for this week. I guess 5 if you count SPY. So for me, those are my favorite setups, right? I'll go through it one more time. Number 1 is going to be PLTR. We'll run through them here really quick. Very simple. PLTR has been one of the strongest stocks on the market. We're just going to continue to look for strength, okay? Number 2 is going to be Tesla, all right? So we got Tesla right here. Tesla may experience some headwind here. May experience a little headwind right here. But if we somehow get above 292, Tesla might be on a slingshot to 300 plus. So watch out for Tesla. Number 3, I do like Hood. Okay, so Hood is above this key level right here right now at right around 49. Okay, so if we can hold 49 and we start to push up, I think Hood could be a decent day trade. I probably wouldn't swing them just because they have earnings, but that could be a good, decent day trade. And Apple is going to be last for me. Just because Apple is still a little bit away from the entry. Okay, still a little bit away from the entry, and they have earnings this week, so they might try to hold it down. They might try to hold Apple down. So those are the stocks that I like this week, man. Once again, if you guys are watching this on the YouTube, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe for me. Please send this to one person. I'll ask you to send it to one person. I got the links in the description below. Follow the Instagram 700 educational posts if you're a beginner. Also, if you guys are interested in Discord, you can tap in that way as well, but you don't have to. All right, if you're watching this on Instagram, make sure you guys just like and share this. All right, we're going to make some money this week. We're going to be day trading. Whether the market goes up or down, we're going to make money. It does not matter because we are options traders. You got to be flexible. All right, keep your eyes out. One more thing that I want to give y'all. I'll give y'all one more little nugget right here before I go. You don't need all these news apps. You don't need all the news apps, all right? So you don't need the CNN, MSNBC. You don't need those 10 different news apps that you got on your phone. You need X or Twitter, whichever one you still know it as. And you need to follow. Really only 2 accounts that you need to follow. They get the news faster than any news source you got, I promise you. Follow Walter Bloomberg, number 1. Follow Walter Bloomberg. And number 2, follow Donald Trump. All right? Follow those 2 people on X, turn on their post notifications, and you will be good with news. All right? I'm going to save you a little storage space on your phone. All right? So that's my last little nugget for the night, man. This is going to be rewatchable if you joined a little bit late. If you guys joined tonight, I hope you guys make a lot of money this week. Everybody's going to do very well. I believe in y'all, man. We're going to continue to kill it like we've been doing all year long. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing night. And I'll see you guys in the Discord, all right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow, man.